Imagine your heart made up of so many facets on the surface. Within each layer of the heart, there are more facets embedded in it. For a moment, can you imagine the reflection of light that emanates through such a heart? How powerful of a portal your hearts are? That's who you really are. A beacon of love and light, constantly shining bright. It is a pleasure and an honor to be in your presence today because we are learning and sensing through your vibrations the different facets of creation itself. We have already noticed resistance in the channel's body, and that is our cue of learning to let go, our cue of learning to understand that resistance is simply the idea of ideas that don't align with your true self. We understand that fear on your planet is a topic that many of you are experiencing, playing around with, delving in to know more about who you are, to remember the power that is already within you, to remember the connection that you always have. You, as beings of light and of all that is, are never disconnected. You simply experience the idea of disconnection. And that is simply an experience and not the true state of who you are. Part of the journey that you are going through is one of remembering, literally putting the pieces, the puzzles back together to allow you the opportunity to see clarity within you of who you are. You are a divine being of magnificent, infinite creation. You have created yourself, this version of yourself, through your own power. It is through the perfect design of your being that you are able to make such creations. Even the idea or the perception or the filter that you filter the ideas from is of your own creation to allow you to see more and more of all that is. Because all that is literally everything on the spectrum of all that is. Oftentimes, humanity confuses enlightenment as only being on the positive spectrum of things. True enlightenment is being able to see all options and choices that you have. And it is through that knowing and knowledge that you have these infinite options that you are able to use your power to choose which version of yourself you prefer to be on, which vibration and frequency you prefer to play in. And with that, we welcome our exchange of energies and we thank you for allowing us to be here with you as you are our guides, as much as we hope we are able to guide you today. You may begin with your question or statements.
Thank you so much. I guess the first question is the issue that I'm having with my stomach. Um, it's completely out of alignment, obviously, and I'm not sure which direction to take to to heal it without, I don't want to do pills and mainstream medicine. Naturally, I'd like to try to heal my stomach so that I don't have these problems.
Indeed. Remember, your physical vessel in this three-dimensional world is of your creation and is of divine essence. It is a communication tool for you to know what is going on. It communicates to you as much as you communicate to it. You both feed information constantly to each other. And it is no coincidence that the misalignment, pain, challenge that is occurring is in your stomach because the pit of your stomach is the basis of your instinct. And it is the resistance to follow what your instinct is telling you is what is causing and revealing to you that challenge.
Yeah.
You, as a being, have a choice to use your medicines, as you say, to help and alleviate as a permission slip to allow you to be in the state where you are trusting your instinct more and more. If you choose not to use those medicines, that is another valid choice. But the only way that you will be able to release such resistance is by allowing the flow of knowledge and of knowing and giving a chance to that instinct, that guide that already resides within you, to allow him or her or it to speak, to guide you. And the moment you relinquish that control, which we sense it is based in the vibration of fear frequency, the moment you relinquish that, then your stomach will be in an aligned state to where it reflects to you the message that you are in flow with the messages that are coming through.
Thank you.
Yes,
So that obviously leads into somebody that I've been cohabitating with for a very long time. And although I think I've tried to remove myself from the situation, maybe I haven't done a good enough job trying to get away from this particular situation. Somehow always leading back into it just not being an opportunity to do that. Um, and this person actually is quite ill at the moment, and we kind of now lean on each other uh, because I'm out of work and financially he he's kind of got the more financial stability than I do. And because of the stomach thing, going back to work is frightening. Um, I don't even know how I would go back to work with this stomach problem. So it's kind of like cyclical. I want to go back to work and be free, but then I've got the stomach problem, so then I can't. Um, and I feel he's very sick. He's probably uh, currently going to be leaving this planet very soon.
indeed. Thank you for sharing your truth with us and the journey that you have been on with this being that you have co created such a frequency with. Allow us to begin speaking about relationships. relationships on your planet have been played with the idea of ideal situations. Meaning, when you have entered a relationship, you have entered a relationship with a specific expectation on where that relationship will lead or how you will be with your partner. The advice that we will give you is honesty with yourself. Have you been honest in sharing your feelings and truth? Have you been speaking your truth to your partner? And vice versa. Has he been speaking the truth to you? We are not insinuating that you have not been truthful with each other. What we mean is honesty with self on certain aspects of the relationship. It is often difficult, we sense, on your planet because of the fear definitions that you have the power or feel empowered to speak your truth, because oftentimes you are afraid of hurting that person's feelings or whatever the case may be. What we would like to remind you is that you are responsible for your own self and your own self only. You are not responsible for others. Your responsibility is for you to be the clearest, most aligned version of yourself. Because by doing so, you allow your partner and your surroundings to match that vibration and be able to speak their own truth. Have you been truthful recently with your own feelings, with your own experiences, with what your instinct has been guiding you to do?
Probably not. Yeah.
Indeed.
There
And
is a fear. There is a fear to, well, at this point, because he's sick, um, I would never be truthful at this point because it would be so hurtful.
you see, when your humanity makes decisions from a space of non alignment, what reflects back is a non aligned state of a co creation. And that in itself is a valid choice. We are and would like to remind you not to judge yourself for having done so. It is all part of the experience of being a three-dimensional human. That is all okay because Source, all that is learning through those facets and filters. What we are reminding you is if you would like to see a different version of your partner, your essence, will need to emanate from a space of honesty. And that fear that did not allow you to be the most honest version of yourself is what is reflecting back in this relationship or any other relationships. Allow your higher self to guide you because when you come from a space of open heart, when you come from a space of love and compassion, the most aligned state you could ever be in, how can the reflection back be anything other than that? And your partner will be able to feel such vibration when you are coming from a space of compassion and love and speaking your own truth. And the story that you have created to yourself, that you have imagined, that is made of the vibration of fear, you will realize then that that's not what will happen or manifest. Why? Because you will be coming from a space of an aligned compassion and love. Yes?
Yeah.
We encourage you to test this idea in theory out in small doses and notice your surroundings. Notice the response of your partner. Notice the emotionality and the energy that you are carrying. And notice the response in his emotionality that he will match yours and meet you on. You will be surprised that whatever story that has been created from a space of fear is not manifesting. But in order for you to see such manifestation of aligned state, you need to take a leap of faith.
So,
Because when you know you are coming from that space of love, of pure love, nothing can reflect back of a vibration that doesn't match it.
so this particular person wanted this relationship more than I wanted this relationship, and I've, I guess I've appeased it for many, many years, and I've wanted to separate, but not separated out of fear from him, repercussions of, being upset or angry or hurt or whatever it was. Um, and then so suppressed my desires of what I really wanted. Um, and now, unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm not really sure how to say that, I have met somebody else that I feel a great deal of love for. Um, and I'm again with fear that he is not genuine in reciprocating the feelings, including the entanglement of, still being attached to another person now for more care than anything else because he's not well.
Yes. We sense that the current partner that you have co created with will be supportive of your new venture.
Mm.
We know it. We know it. We know it. But you don't know that yet because you haven't allowed yourself that honest vibration to yourself to allow him to reflect that back to you. So we would encourage you to begin speaking your truth to the current partner that you are with, and you will be surprised of the reaction back and the support of the infinite. In reference to the new being that you met, we would like to pose a question for you, if you will. Why are you creating a story for him instead of allowing your frequency and vibration and co creation with him to create a story back for you? You have mentioned that you have met somebody where the vibration feels aligned, you feel content and happy, but you are afraid of X, Y, and Z, of the intention, of what's going to happen. Does he have a good heart? What's the agenda? However, you would like to define it. Those are all preset definitions within your own energy that you are placing onto that relationship. And remember, you are a creator. Every emotion, every set of definition, every story that you create, you or imagine, you literally are creating for yourself. We would encourage you, if that being is aligned as you say he is, you feel that vibration, why don't you create a storyline with a better outcome, with a more aligned outcome, and see where that leads you? We know the answer. We know that you are creator. We know that if you reset, restructure those belief systems and place them on a vibration and frequency of aligned states, that that reality will be the reality that you experience. Again, there are deep embedded set of belief systems that are based on fear and doubt and disempowerment of self that are within you, that you are learning now, are seeing now. It is coming up to the surface to be dealt with because you are nearing the state of honesty and truth. You see, if you had been so immersed in the deep seated, non aligned vibration, you would not have been able to attract such a being of an aligned state. That is your flag, that is your cue that your vibration and frequency is shifting to a more aligned state. And the representation of that is that new being that came into your life to show you, to reflect to you that you are there and that you are simply working out the last, in a sense, parts of you that have a lower vibration and frequency and belief systems. So embrace the idea of that new relationship and be grateful that it is there to bring up to the surface those belief systems that you are ready energetically, emotionally, and physically to let go of so you can live a life of high vibration and frequency.
Thank you. Yes. Even, within from the day I met him, first day, sound of his voice, smile, whatever, it was an instant, um, nothing superficial, extremely deep, extremely, it felt from the soul, literally, and it still does. From like, and, but within it has almost trudged up, like from the depths of my mind, all that I've had opposite in him. And I didn't see that opposite um, until he came along. And everything about him is just so the complete opposite of what I've been experiencing. So it did give me that reflection, like how intensely not aligned I was, because this is how it feels to be feeling so aligned and so peaceful and happy and joyful, really. Um, but again, yet, like you said, letting the fear um, kind of get in the way more as a protection mechanism, which doesn't serve. I understand that. Um, and I do teeter totter between not going into fear and then, of course, having like little triggers of some sorts that then bring up the fear.
Allow us to illuminate something you already know. Everything that occurs within your vibration and frequency of your own creation serves you. Even fear does. Again, you have attracted such a being because you are ready to be that vibration and frequency. That being didn't come to you and you suddenly ran across him. You, through your own power, through your own will, through your own desire, have attracted him and manifested him because you are on that vibration and frequency. You have brought him to you. You have simply made him appear. He was always there. You just weren't able to see him before because your frequency and vibration was of fear. Now you have shifted and he has manifested in front of you. Fear, everything in your experience serves you. Nothing does not serve you. And yes, when you begin resonating on a high vibration and frequency, everything within your being, from belief systems to ideas to thoughts to behavioral patterns that don't match that new vibration and frequency, will have to rise up in order for you to deal with them, face them, and release them. That's how energies work. Now, from your heart, from your compassionate, infinite heart that we already feel you have, face those fears, speak to them, thank them, give them gratitude. Literally speak to them as if you're speaking to your friend, and thank them for all the lessons, for all the infinite aware experiences that you went through, and simply tell them that you are ready to operate on a higher vibration and frequency. And poof, they will disappear. Why? Because you, the creator, have made a choice and spoke it out. And shall it be.
Thank you.
And it is not a coincidence that the current partner that you have been with for a while has given you a gift of departure to allow you to release yourself from the bondage that you have been in. The release that the new being, the new chapter, that the being that has been in your life for such a while, your guide, he is ready to transition and is helping you from the beyond already to allow you space to be the new version of yourself. And he has helped from the beyond to bring through this person in your life because he has crossed the veil a few times and he has sensed and known that you needed this new vibration and frequency. He is appreciative of the sacrifice that you have made to not be yourself, to allow him to feel safe. He has brought back to you from the beyond this being as a gift to allow you to reconnect with him as he departs on the next chapter of his creation.
Thank you. I guess I've known like most of this, you know. Um,
We know the channel allow us to share with you the state of being the channel is in. As we have mentioned to you, that your current partner has crossed beyond the veil a few times and has seen and awakened beyond his imagination. The channel got chills all over his body.
so
And that
the
is,
a couple of like I don't know a week ago, and I'm now I know I'm not uh, dreaming this, but something shook me awake in the middle of the night, and I turned and I looked at him, and already saw him as past. He was purple, and I screamed, and he said what, and I still could see him as past for a few minutes, and I thought I'm not hallucinating this. I'm not this is he was not there at that moment. I know he was not there at that moment. Um and then, he spoke. I mean, I would say the rest of that night my heart was pounding, and for several days I was quite shaken. And then he progressively has been getting, worse. And it's very it would anybody who could see it, even friends and family, how he is, how out of what looks appears as this other person has come at the same exact timing that my current partner is clearly transitioning out of this earth. Um, and it has brought with it I mean, so many emotions. I have definitely cried quite a bit, for the one coming in and the one leaving. Um, and it's brought up just so much past, things, I guess you could say. I am a little scared. I'm scared of how this is going to unfold. I'm scared. What am I going to do now? How am I going to financially survive? Um, that's definitely a worry.
Yes. Allow us to confirm to you that the experience of your current partner in bed, where you have had the moment of seeing him as a past being, was a true realization for you. That was a true manifestation because your current partner has gone back and forth. As a soul, oftentimes, before it releases itself from the three-dimensional body, it steps into her or his aware state of being to be able to bring back to the version that is within this three-dimensional body an enlightened view on things. And your current partner has seen within your being those definitions and old belief systems that you hold. He has seen you through the journey that you have been and has become grateful of the journey and the growth that you have bestowed on him, and the same with him to you. And through that realization, he spoke in a way, connected with other beings, with other oversouls, and have gifted you this new being that is in your life. That is a gift from your current partner to you because he knew the pain and the masks and the states of untruthfulness toward yourself. And he didn't want you to live and have a journey after he passes. One of that. He wanted you to be able to experience the desire that you have always desired for with no fear. And our dearest child, you are a creator. Through your own vibration and frequency of being aligned and being true with the version of who you are, you will attract abundance, infinite abundance. May it be financial, may it be opportunities and resources, may it be this new person that will help and support you and be with you on this new journey. Keep your options open. Do not define abundance from one specific way, and relinquish and release all those thoughts of limiting belief systems. Embrace the new version of who you are. Embrace that new person that came into your life, and embrace the current partner that you have been through all these years. Take a moment when you see him next to be honest with him. He understands you beyond you understand yourself. Do you realize that by him crossing the veil, he has seen all of your fears, all of your worries, all of your doubts? Do you realize that?
No, I didn't know that.
He already knows that. So by you having the opportunity before he passes from this physical life to be, for the first time perhaps in your relationship, the truest version of who you are, share with him all of your thoughts from a heart open space. And it will be received in a way that you have never, ever could have fathomed. Because he already seen you beyond this physical body. And he knows what you need. And he's pushing you, in a sense, with his departure to be that honest version of yourself?
So this new person actually has helped me um, with him during this illness, and he's come to visit. And my current partner said he's a very nice man, a very sweet man. Um, it's very different of a comment that he would have for anybody. And he has literally um, expressed um, how he feels about him the way I feel about him, as a genuine, sweet, kind, loving person. And even he sees that. And I thought that was definitely not a coincidence, by no means. As if he was blessing me or giving me that permission and telling me that yes, this person is a sweet person, a kind person, a good person. And I understand the message, you know.
Yes, our dearest child, you have always had those messages. They were right there in front of you. You just proved, in a sense, confirmed for yourself what we just shared with you, that your current partner has blessed this man, has given you, in a sense, the okay to have a relationship with him, to be with him, because he knows he is what you need. He knows this is the manifestation that you have been waiting for. He is gifting you the opportunity to finally be yourself, the honest version of you. Hence why this new being appeared. But we would like to say that it is with the help of your current partner that this being was chosen. You are a family, a soul family, rotating roles to learn from each other, to expand your own awareness, to expand your own experiences, feeding it back to yourself, which is all that is.
I see. I mean, like you said, I've, I've, I've known it. I've knew it. I could feel it. Um, it's too not of this world to to be anything else. Um, it feels like a blessing. It feels like I'm coming alive, I guess, or coming, just becoming more alive. And
Yes,
I can actually feel and hear the connection, I guess, from the beyond in some way.
yes, indeed. That is the aligned version of who you are. That's what you are sensing is that vibration and frequency that has always resided within you. You have tapped into it at times, came out of it, tapped into it, came out of it. Now you are being that vibration as you release and relinquish those old belief systems, those limiting belief systems. May we ask you a question?
Sure.
Have your doctors, hospital given you a number of days for your current partner?
I am feeling that it's not going to be long. He is um, pretty much all his systems are not good. I mean, it's weird because I thought he was going to actually die Friday night, Saturday night, brought him to the hospital Sunday morning. Obviously, with all the medicines and the different things they're giving him, he appears better. But what he has is, you know, I guess he has cancer, heart disease that's gotten much worse. And I personally, I work in healthcare. I It would be a miracle for him to pull out of this. And I even said to myself the other day, I actually don't know if he's even going to come home again.
Yes. The reason that we asked that question is we have given the channel the number 24, but it could be 2 days, 4 days, or May 24th. So we encourage you to spend time with this being, even while he's in a state of sleep. Share with him what you shared with us. Give him a story of your life and tell him the new journey that you are going to be on. A journey of being the most aligned version of who you are. And give him gratitude and thanks and acknowledgement that he has brought this new being to you and has blessed, in a sense, that new being for a new co-creation with you. We urge you to see your current partner within the next day or so and share with him this message, whether he is awake to hear it consciously or not. The soul is listening. And that in itself will be healing for yourself, because you'll be giving yourself the opportunity for the first time to speak out your truth to the universe. You are essentially, by meeting your partner, giving him gratitude, telling him what you did not do and wished you could have done, but fear took hold. And that going forward, you are not going to allow fear to dictate your life. You are going to write your story from a space of open heart and alignment. You are literally, by recounting that story to him, are telling the universe the new way of living that you prefer to be on. And that is creation in itself.
Thank you. At the current moment, too, I'm just trying to figure out how will I, within the next 2 weeks, if he was to pass financially, I would be struggling quite a bit, and I'm not sure of the right road to take with that. Um, as far as working, not working, because I'm out of work for a particular reason, and it's just very complicated. And I'm sorry, it's hard to explain, and I don't want to go back to work right now. It's not something I would want to do, actually.
Yes. We sense the limitation that you have placed yourself under. And the surprise for you is, by standing up to your own self through the act of visiting your current partner and sharing with him your truth. And perhaps you have never shared this with him before. That act alone is an act of alignment. And through the act of alignment, abundance appears in ways that you may have never thought of. Solutions will appear in ways that you have never thought of. Why? Because in that moment of being the true version of yourself, you are, again, aware of your connection with all that is. You are aware of the power of manifestation that you hold, and allow the universe to surprise you in ways. The universe already knows what you need. You don't need to tell it what you need. You simply need to be on a vibration and frequency of it, of love and compassion for those things that you desire to assist you to manifest in front of you. Go in this journey of releasing your partner and, ironically enough, releasing your own self from the shackles that you have placed upon you. Allow that to be the gesture for a portal to open of abundance of what you need in the right time. As your friend Bashar says, the definition of abundance is the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And that only occurs when you are in a state and a frequency of vibration, of alignment.
Thank you.
Believe us when we say Stop listening to those stories of your own creation that are coming from a filter of lower vibrational frequencies, and allow the filter of alignment to create new stories of unlimited abundance for you, solutions for you. And your desire not to work is a choice of your own making, as long as it's coming from a place of alignment and not of a place of fear, not of a place of avoidance or denial. Then the reflection back of that choice will be one of abundance.
I've come to genuinely enjoy not, you know, I enjoy my life as it is, with my grandchildren, my pets, hopefully with the new person. And although there was a time I loved working, I no longer desire to do that, with my day, with my time. I very much would like to continue to do what I am doing, and then come up with more and new other things to be doing with my time that's creative and
Yes.
different things.
You see, because of your limiting definitions and belief systems that you have been carrying and operating on for years, have created this loop of work, jobs that are of alignment, of such a vibration, of fear. This journey and experience that you are going through the release of your current partner and the welcoming of the new partner, is a reflection of your own self, of you releasing the version of you that doesn't serve you anymore and welcoming the new version of you that serves you. What we are sensing is that you will delve into a new world of spirituality. You have mentioned to the channel animal communication. You have mentioned to the channel that you have lost the ability of such. That is not true. That is simply a experience of loss. What is occurring is through the version of you that doesn't serve you anymore, that is being lost, and the new version that is being welcomed. Because you are going to be in an aligned, more content space of love and light, your abilities that you thought have lost are going to be enhanced, and you will begin a creative job with that gift. Mediumship, animal communication, whatever speaks to your heart, because when you are living your truth of that aligned state, those imaginative and creative ideas will flow at a speed and rate that you cannot fathom. And that in itself is abundance. That is the portal that we are speaking of. Was that clear?
Yes, thank you so much. The other thing I just wanted to let you know that I had scheduled a reading, yeah, channeling with somebody else, and something came up for them, and I had a resounding, uh, I don't know what you want to call it, but it was to get this message from Toni, because it would be the perfect, um, co-creation of information for me. So I wanted to let you know that.
We are grateful for this sharing, as the channel has been through his own journey of self-discovery. We are grateful that you have given him the opportunity to confirm to himself that his abilities are real, that he is meant to channel and assist others in humanity and ascension. We are grateful that you shared with him this information, as he will be excited to hear it. He has felt through your cooperation many confirmations through the idea of goosebumps in his body. We love you unconditionally, and we would like to share that with you.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been just, uh, I can't even express how I feel. I am so grateful for this interaction, for this information, really just confirming what I, as you said, already knew. But I just wanted to make sure that I am on the right track in my mind.
Yes. And please understand when we say no, knowing is beyond belief. Know that what is occurring in your life right now is literally a reflection of your own ascension. And what a beautiful reflection of a loss of an old version being reflected by the transition of your current partner and the rediscovery of self through the version of this new person coming into your life. And isn't it exciting to know that going forward, you will be living on a vibration and frequency of true honesty to self?
Yes.
And can you imagine the magic that will emanate through such a vibration? It's infinite. The channel has learned to live his being day by day. He has relinquished the idea of planning, of figuring out what's going to happen next, of how the next bill will be paid. He has truly immersed himself in the idea that the universe, that himself, the creator who he is, will provide him what he needs when he needs it. And we cannot tell you how many times the channel has experienced manifestations, miracles out of the blue. The ironic part is nothing is out of the blue.
Right.
Everything exists right there in front of you at all times. It is simply when you are on a specific frequency and vibration that you are able to connect with what's already existing right in front of you. And then the idea of appearance comes to mind, to the three-dimensional mind. What a beautiful journey that you're on. What a beautiful reflection of self-discovery that you are on. We are honored and privileged that you have shared such an experience with us and with the channel when he listens to the recording. We still have time for more questions.
I feel so much love with this new person, completely opposite of the previous person. And again, because of the, I guess, as Bashar says, that rubber band effect, where you're so far back that when you finally slingshot, it's just unbelievable. And every minute being with him is unbelievable. Um,
Yes.
Beyond my wildest dreams, beyond any imagination I could have ever had of a person coming into my life, a partner. Um, and it's very like magical from every moment that we speak to every text message to every whatever exchange we have. It is not a coincidence. by far. I know this with all my heart. It's definitely not. From moving to the location, to buying the house I bought, to picking the real estate person that knew him, every step of the way is I've known is guided. I know this with all my heart.
Yes, you are connected. That is the connection that is forever there. And the rubber band analogy we love because it is one of surrender. You are surrendering and letting go. You are finally being the being of love and light that you are without the resistance of the belief systems that don't serve you.
I do have a question. So, being that I'm very uh, on this journey of enlightenment, and I've obviously come a really long way with finding Bashar, channelers, on and on. I'm not sure he doesn't quite know these things yet, but I did mention to him that I absolutely love the moon and that my wildest dream would be to someday go to the moon. And I asked, would you go with me to the moon? And he said, absolutely. And I'm wondering where on his journey is he. Of course, he did not understand, like, just so many things like ETs and all the stuff and hybrid children and all that. I wouldn't bring that up yet, but where is he along the line in that journey?
You see, this is how you awaken each other on these ideas. Before we answer that question, we would like to mention a point that you made. You said that I believe in aliens, hyper children, but I wouldn't bring that idea up. You see,
Hmm.
that idea of not bringing it up
Hmm.
is not a state of alignment of your truth.
Okay, I see.
There's an embedded small little fear there that's saying a story that if I mention aliens and X, Y, and Z, perhaps he may think I'm crazy, whatever. Yes?
Perhaps he'll run away.
Relinquish that idea. Surrender into your truth and your own being. The channel, as you may know, works in the real estate field, meets people, strangers, on a daily basis. He is himself with them, with brand new people. We witness him talking about aliens,
Mhm.
about UFOs, about channeling. And because the way that he is sharing that information with a stranger that he just met, because that way is coming from a place of love and excitement, he has always experienced receptivity and awe and wonder. Even on his car, he has alien heads, he has the mantis being
Oh, so do I.
decals. Yes,
So do I.
it is only when you are your true version, essence of you without holding back any information that is tied to fear. That is when you allow the person with you, whether your partner, friend, or whomever you meet, to be able to match that vibration, for them to be honest with you, because there may be things that they would like to share with you that they are afraid to for whatever story that they have created.
Mhm.
You see, when you begin a relationship with a non true version of yourself, of a version of yourself that has a mask, you are inviting your partner to have a version of him that has a mask. You see,
Yeah.
don't have the mask on. Be the true version of you because that energy will invite him to be whatever true version of him. And that's how you get to know him more. Forgive us. The time So our recommendation to you is to be the version of yourself that you have not been able to do or choose to do with the previous partner, and watch the magic happen. If you think the current experience that you have with this new partner is magical, you have not experienced yet true magic of being yourself and allowing him to be the truest version of himself. That is true magic.
I do feel he's holding back. I feel like he's holding back something. He says he's holding back so much.
Yes,
He would like to say to me, but he just feels like it's not the right time, I guess, at the moment.
yes. Do you understand why?
No.
Because you are holding back. That is the
Okay.
point. When you hold back, you emanate that frequency of holding back. He senses it, then he holds back.
I
When
see.
you are vulnerable, when you are sharing your truth, when you are sharing whatever comes to your mind with no filter of lower vibrational frequency, he will sense that vibration and feel safe enough to share.
I see. Yes.
It is that simple. It is not complicated. It is that simple.
I see. Yes.
We encourage you the next time you meet him to begin speaking to him about your desires, about what speaks to you, about what gives you light, speaking to animals, watching UFO shows, listening to channelers, reading books about hybrid children, whatever the case may be. That vulnerability invites him to be vulnerable.
Okay. I am aware of it when I'm doing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have been given a gift, a beautiful gift of recognition, almost as if you are at the end of the road and you could take a left or a right, or you could stay and be the same version that you have been, or begin a new journey of a new version of who you want to be. Because many of the souls that are on your mother planet are still stuck in that paradigm, are still stuck in that matrix of fear. The universe has gifted you a way out of that matrix, to finally be able to reconnect with the true essence of who you are, the most aligned state of who you are.
I am grateful. I feel so grateful, utterly grateful.
Yes. And we are infinitely grateful for this beautiful opportunity for the channel as well, as he has paths and ideas similar to yours. He has struggled at times to be that version of himself. He has struggled at times not to hurt people's feelings. He has struggled at times to be his true essence. So we are grateful for this co creation as all of us are growing with each other. We are all ever so connected and are never, ever, ever, ever disconnected. If you have more questions, we are happy to answer. If not, we will return back and give the channel back his space.
I am done. I am grateful. I'm so grateful for this interaction. And I will definitely meet you guys again.
Thank you again for this beautiful co creation. And through the Antares galaxy of all galaxies, we return back to our mission. We love you unconditionally and are always here with you and are part of who you are. We will see you in the astral dreams or on your three-dimensional physicality of Mother Earth.
Thank you. Namaste.